Okay. Hello, Miss Williams. How are you today?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
Good, good. I'm good. Miss Williams, I noticed that your small group instruction feedback, the one that I gave you, the last time, all the feedback was put in place. So I saw that the slides were updated. I saw the timer there. I saw new groups, and I also saw that you were practicing the rotations with them, right? So what do you think was the impact of you doing that? How did that impact your whole class?
My classroom went a little smoother. I mean, like, I think that everything flowed a little bit better with me having all the tools in place.
Awesome.
So I think it went well.
Yes, that's very true. It went well, and I also saw that students, whenever they know, where to go, expectations are clear. And I also think that, your environment, the classroom environment is going to be, much better. And your students, of course, they're going to receive what they need, right? So yes. So Ms. Williams, during the independent practice of any lesson, there are two things that should be happening, right, at once. The students should be completing a task with clear expectations while you should be circulating, right? Mm-hmm. That we call aggressive monitoring or academic monitoring. Okay, so today, Ms. Williams, we're going to dive into academic monitoring or aggressive monitoring during independent work, okay? To do what? To gather important information, right? Or to collect data. So what do you think the purpose of aggressive monitoring is? What do you think we do that?
I think this is what I feel. So
Yes.
aggressive monitoring is when we're making sure and checking for understanding, making sure that the students are doing what they're supposed to do, and then going around and check for understanding, make sure also that I taught them well and they're understanding what I taught them.
That's great, Ms. Williams. Yes, that is very true. So you also maximize students' learning. Mm-hmm. You're also, gathering, real-time data, mm-hmm. right? And sometimes, Ms. Williams, aggressive monitoring is also to address misconceptions, right? To see what they're not understanding and how you address that, okay? What do you think, Ms. Williams, are the elements of aggressive monitoring? What should we do first, then what should we do? And you can connect that to the PD that Ms. Monroe did, during the fall break.
Let's see. How can I connect that to the PD that we did? You mean the aggressive monitoring that we did?
Yes. What do we have to do? What do we do first?
Data. Should I collect data first?
You collect data.
Data, so I can make sure that we're with the data, doing small groups and everything is intentional from the data. Small groups and also whole group to make sure that I'm teaching it right.
Okay, that's good. Okay, I sent a video via email, so let's watch that video.
Okay. All right.
It's a very short video, so go ahead.
Okay.
I also know coordinate plane is important because that lets me know I'm going to do a graph. That makes sense because there's a graph on the picture. If I didn't have a graph, I would need a graph paper, but they gave me the tools, so I'm already set up for success. Now I want to make this a square. So I'm thinking, what do I know about squares? All of the sides have to be the same length. So here I'm counting 1, 2, 1, 2. That means all of the boxes on this, all of the sides on this square should be 2 boxes long. So if I start at this point and go down to 1, 2, my second point is going to be right here. That green dot. Okay. So now I'm looking to see which numbers match where the green dot is. I know I could draw arrows that tell me where to go. It goes to 3 and 2. Once I know the numbers I need are 3 and 2, I'm looking for trash. C's gotta go, that doesn't have a 3 or a 2. D's gotta go, that doesn't have a 3 or a 2. Okay. So now I have to figure out which way these numbers should be. Well, I remember my 5th grade teacher told me when I'm plotting ordered pairs, I should always think of them as X, Y. And I can remember that because if I say my ABCs, W, X, Y, Z, X comes before Y. So that still makes sense. That means I have to go to the X-axis first. Lucky me, it's labeled. So if I can find the X on this graph, I can find the right number. My arrow on the X-axis points to 3. So I know my X coordinate is going to be 3. My y coordinate is pointing to the 2. So my y coordinate is going to be 2. My final answer is going to be 3, 2, and that matches B. Before we go to the second question, if you did not have B or you did not have a strategy for your answer, take 60 seconds, update your work. Thank you, Tyler. I appreciate people making the pencil scratches. Thank you, Brian. If you did not have a complete strategy, that means the square didn't get completed on your picture. Still my strategy and my work. Thank you, Crystal. I know you're finished because I see your pencil down. Let's go to the second one. Second, I also know coordinate.
Good. Okay, Ms. Williams. So what is the gap between the model that you just watched and what you did today in class? What keys are missing?
I think one of the things that I did notice that I need to do better at is that she was she after she checked for understanding and she had their attention, she gave positive feedback to them.
Look good. So they got their attention, right? First, good. Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
She had them engaged, and she had them really engaged, and they were focused. But like I said before, I really liked the fact that she, once she did it, she checked for understanding. She made sure they knew the strategy,
right?
And then made sure they understand the strategy, and then she gave positive feedback.
Right. So based on what we have been discussed today and what we have been watching, what do you think is our action step? What should we do?
What should we do next?
Yeah, what should we do? Like what are we going to do? Like next class, what are we going to be working on?
I think we're going to implement aggressive monitoring.
Aggressive monitoring, right? Yes, we're going to implement aggressive monitoring to gather. Remember that the purpose is not only circulating but gathering meaningful information, right?
Yeah.
So what are the steps? What do you do first?
First step is I want to make sure that they
what is the first thing that you do?
The first thing that I do, the first thing that I do, I want to make sure that I know the lesson. Okay. Know the lesson very well, and then make sure that I have a strategy for them to do the lesson. And third, make sure that keep them engaged when I'm doing the lesson, and then making sure that I am monitoring and going around and checking and see for understanding, checking also for data. And then the next step is positive feedback.
Okay, good. So you're gonna give positive feedback and you're going to circulate, right? Okay, so right now I want you to watch me doing aggressive monitoring. So I'm gonna pretend that I am the teacher and the students are over here, and you're going to name each step. Now we already know that we are going to aggressive monitoring, right? Okay, so the first thing I want you to name the steps. First, you do this, then you do this, and third, you do this. Okay, so you're gonna scan. First, you're gonna scan the room, right? To just know the feeling of the room.
First step. Scan.
Class. Yes. Great job. Good. Okay, great. Okay, guys, today we are going to break apart both numbers into tens and one. So when I say go, but not yet, break the numbers into tens and ones. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes. Go. Great job, Talia. Awesome job. Keep working. Good job. Great job, Mary. Good job, Mary. Okay, John, remember what I said. Break apart the numbers into tens and ones. How many tens are there here? 5. Awesome. How many ones? 2. Great job. Okay, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, come back. So, Ms. Williams, what did you notice? What did I do first?
Okay, so first step, you scanned the room.
Yes.
And next step, you gave directions and set a time for urgency so they don't waste time.
Yes.
And then the next step, you walked around and then also you checked to make sure that they were doing it right, check for understanding. Then you gave them a positive feedback. You also you gave them comments about if they did it right. Good, you say good job, you know that. And then
Yes.
next step, you that was it. You just said okay.
Yes,
yeah.
good. So I'm gonna give you your lesson plan, and what you're gonna do over here is that you're gonna write those action steps. Okay. So first, you were right. So we're gonna scan the room. So right over there, yes, scan the room. That's step number 1. Then you're gonna get their attention.
Okay.
Right? So I know that you say class, class, they repeat yes, yes, or you also say flat tire,
Yes.
right? Grab their attention.
Get their attention.
You cannot give the instructions if you don't get their attention.
Right.
Then you're gonna name the lab. That's action step number 3. Name the lab. That means that you're going to describe, you're gonna tell them what you're looking for. Oh, I want you to break apart the numbers into tens and ones. That's the lab. That's
Okay.
what you're looking for. Name the lab. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Then you're going to provide some time, right? Okay, you have 1 minute, you have 2 minutes to do so. Then you're going to monitor. That means you're going to circulate and you're going to give feedback.
And give feedback, okay?
Yes, and then you're gonna repeat the process for lab number 2 and so on.
Okay.
Okay? Okay, Miss Williams. I'm gonna give you 2 minutes right now so you can plan what you are going to say, okay, or do.
Okay.
Okay, so you basically what you're gonna do is you're gonna repeat or you're gonna do what I just did. Okay, you're gonna practice. But before we practice, before we do the real practice, I want you to script out what you are going to say.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
So go ahead.
Okay.
Let's have 2 minutes.
Okay. All right.
Go. You have 80 more seconds. Got So can you share with me how would you start?
Okay, so first I'm going to get the class attention. Class, let's go ahead and start with our lesson. Our lesson is going to be on place value. Okay, so once you get started, I want to make sure you have all the things that you need. Make sure you have your pencils for your name or your paper. We're going to go ahead and start our lesson. And once we start our lesson on place value, I'm going to walk around the room and check to see if you're doing it correctly and check for understanding. Okay.
So let's go back again. You say class. They say what?
Yes. They say yes.
Okay. What's the first instruction? Remember the lab. Let's name the lab. What do you want them to do? The very first thing. Let's talk about math.
Okay. The very first thing I want them to do is
remember they're gonna be doing place value.
Yes.
Addition, right? Breaking apart numbers. So
yes.
What is the first lap? What do you want them to do?
The first lap I want them to do is the first thing I want them
break
to do.
apart what?
I want them to break apart their numbers into groups into place value.
So you can say something like what? Okay, class. I want you to
class. I want you to go ahead and I want you to put the number in expanded form.
Okay, got it.
Okay, put it in expanded
and you're going to have how much time?
You're going to have 2 minutes.
Okay, so can you say the whole thing again?
Yes.
Class.
All right, class.
Yes.
All right, so what we're going to do is going to start our place value, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to give you a number, and our number is going to be 157. And I want you to put that number in expanded form, okay? And then I'm going to scan the room. I'm going to walk around and make sure that you understand what you're doing.
Okay.
And I'm going to give you 2 minutes to do it. I'm going to walk around, give you 2 minutes, and during those 2 minutes, when you're done, I'm going to check and make sure that you understand how to put that number in expanded form.
Awesome. Okay, let's do it.
All right.
Let's practice.
Okay, all right. Class.
Yes.
All right, so what I'm going to do is we're going to start our lesson, and we're going to do place value. Our place value, we are going to put our numbers in expanded form. I'm going to give you a number, and our number is going to be 157. And so, class, when I give you that number, I want you to put it in expanded form, and then once I set my timer, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. And during those 2 minutes, when I set my timer, I'm going to be walking around and scanning and making sure that you understand what you're doing. Okay, all right. All right, now, I'm going to walk around the classroom and check, see what you're doing. Okay, you put it in standard form, 2 minutes. Let's go. All right. All right. Good job. Make sure you're sitting and paying attention. Good job, Craig. All right, time.
Okay, got it. Good, Ms. Williams. Ms. Williams, remember that whenever you're giving the instruction, the first lab, just say the lab using less words. Mm-hmm. Okay, so they know what to do. Okay, so they're not confused. Okay. So thank you very much, Ms. Williams. Sit down. Okay. So let's get ready for our next observation. So remember, when I come in, I will be observing one thing. What is that one thing that I'm going to be observing? I'm going to be watching you how to do what?
Aggressive monitoring.
Aggressive monitoring during independent practice, right?
Yes.
So if you are struggling, Ms. Williams, I will use my whiteboard. I will write it right over there. You know what I want you to do. If you need to scan, I will write it there. If you need to just circulate, I'm gonna write it there. Okay, so whatever I want you to do, I'm just gonna write it there. Okay, so remember, I'm gonna come in this Thursday. Okay, during your math whole group instruction. Okay. What do you think about that?
Let's do it. I'm ready.
Okay, great. And how do you think, Ms. Williams? How do you think practicing this, like having practicing this in front of me, how do you think that will impact your instruction?
Practicing in front of me, I think it's going to help me better. I mean, practicing is going to help me make sure that I'm doing it. I'm going to say doing it correctly, and because if I practice it more, then I'm going to do it better. If I practice it more.
Yes, that's very good. Yes, and remember some things that we're doing right whenever we are monitoring. We're going to collect real-time data. We're going to target instruction, and we're going to address misconceptions. Okay, Ms. Williams. So I will see you this Thursday.
Thank you.
Great job.
All right.